Hey everyone, it's Stori here, and this is RP Weekly. So, episode 22, we're going to dive right in with. So this week, Tasks Weekly, as of Friday, posted up their 13 task, and it is comics. I'll have to just speak over the heavy breathing of a dog. And my second trend is that HQ, like headquarters, or the letters HQ, are showing up a lot in the URLs for main blogs. It's kind of interesting thing to think about because I've noticed a lot of people also using C as replacement for vowels now. I guess we've all exhausted the X's. Um, so I guess this is where we're at now. Tumblr probably should do a clearing out of inactive blogs, although if a lot of my blogs are inactive, so maybe. And the third trend is that Halloween and spooky are all over the RPC, and I love it. I love seeing all the changes, people changing their theme with the seasons. I love that stuff. A lot of resources are incoming, which is why I'm planning like whatever Sunday lines up. I think the Sunday before Halloween, actually. Yeah, I think RP Weekly will be on before Halloween. So that one I'm probably going to make it nice, spooky, Halloween themed one. And we're going to move on to. So for this week, I have a few things. The first one is Nightmare Before Christmas. I know there's probably role plays that use similar like sections of it and everything, but it kind of just made me think Halloween and imagine seeing a world or seeing a role play in that world of Halloween town and all that stuff. And so that one I'm going to give 2 corgis to. And then secondly, I have game developers. So I've been working on this paper, and by that I mean I just kind of started it maybe a day or 2 ago, and it is due Monday. And it's 10 pages. But anyway, before I stress about that in the middle of the video and have a freak out, I'm going to bring it home. It is around women in the video game industry and culture. And so I thought, what about I have not seen a roleplay that centers on game developers, game developed companies, because and just the whole culture itself is a lot bigger than we think. There's the people that make the games, and there are people that write reviews and studies on the video games themselves, and then there's the people that publish about, that promote these games and such. People that run the conventions, like, God bless whoever runs like Comic-Cons or PAX East, West, whatever directional there is left. But just thinking about all that stuff is pretty cool. And it would be a really good idea. So I'm going to give it 4 corgis. And thirdly, this one is called, it's based off of a time management game called Hearts Medicine. There is Hearts Medicine Season 1, which is obviously the first game, and then there's Hearts Medicine, A Life to Save, maybe? That might be the name of it, but it's something like that. I'm sure the image that I put in somewhere is gonna tell you what it is. I played I played the second game, actually, before I knew there was a first one. And I fell in love with just the characters and the dialogues and the plot. It actually has a plot. It's not just run this restaurant kind of thing. And it's made, I believe, by the same people who make Diner Dash, or no, the same people that make Delicious, Emily's Delicious, and all of the games, because I played all of them. I love it, and I really want them to make another one because they ended it at a point that I would like to continue and see more of. Hearts Medicine is obviously based in a hospital, and it's about this one woman, I think Diane Hart is maybe her name. And she is a doctor in training. She's going through her clinicals and stuff, and just a bunch of shit happens, a bunch of plotting, drama, and it was kind of set up in a similar, it gives you kind of a, like a daytime drama kind of feel, but it's fun, and it's cute, and I really enjoyed it. So I'd love to see some sort of plot that's similar. Even just the characters themselves would be great too. So that one I'm going to give 5 corgis. And this next one, if you're not aware, although I'm pretty sure everyone's aware of this. We have an upcoming election in the US. And it is a shit show. So, what if there was a role play? If after all of this, if hopefully the correct candidate uh, wins the election. I just like hear the things, and I do wonder how is this actually happening in 2016. But imagine a role play that is based on a very similar type of election thing. Throw in like a West Wing type with like this election, and it's just like just make I don't know. And honestly, it's more of like a maybe this is how I should make this just so I can process what we're going through right now. But it's on the wish list, and I'm going to give how many cookies? As many corgis as possible. Literally, however many I end up putting in the screen because holy shit. And this week we have Tristin Mays, who is from Vampire Diaries, but she's recently has like a recurring role in MacGyver. And secondly is Claudia Kim. She is from Avengers: Age of Ultron, and a bunch of other things. Like I believe she's in Marco Polo as well. So guess whose computer was a fucking asshole. So every portion of my previous recording went through except for the Noble blog section. So we're just gonna go with it, and I'm gonna just record this now. Found out while I was editing, and it's late at night. It's 1 in the morning, and I'm exhausted, and I wrote a 10-page paper today. But you know what? For you guys, I will gladly stay up late and re-record this section and all that jazz. So, pardon the appearance of me, a different background. We're gonna do it. First up is Us of RPH. It is a group RPH that focuses on helping with Photoshop needs and graphic needs. They are looking for members. You can apply, so check out their blog. The link is in the description below. Terminate HQ. This is based off of the Terminator and the book series Choose Your Own Adventure. They're semi-appless. They have, for their app actually, they have it that you set up a mock blog instead of a writing sample. And you have 2 days from sending in your application to make this mock blog and fill it with things like images or music or self-paras, really whatever you want in terms of the muse. Characters are assigned a guardian because they need protection from a serial killer. Degrassi Boarding HQ. This is a semi-AU Degrassi roleplay. It is set at a boarding school, and you can RP as characters regardless if they had died in the series or not. Danielle helps. I apologize if I said that wrong, but I'm just going to go with how it looks. So this is an RPH blog, and they have a ton of resources and services available, so go take a look. The Runaways KRP. This is a skeleton bio roleplay. Characters are all residents of this boarding school, and they're all runaways. Oakwood RP. This is a roleplay that's based off of the show Community. It is set at Oakwood Community College in Kirkland, Washington. Surgeons HQ. This is a OC roleplay that is based off of Grey's Anatomy. It is set at Seattle Grace's Hospital, Seattle Grace Hospital, and it is Atlas. Red and Black RP, and this one is a Hollywood roleplay, but it's actually set 6 years after World War II, and so communism is a big theme in this. It is a strong suspicion in the community, so it's kind of like your characters are generally they're part of the communism movement, they are neutral or they're against it. It's set in Los Angeles. And I really think that the admins are doing a great job in terms of addressing, because it's set back in the day, racism and sexism are huge themes in that time period, and they address that in the rules. And I think it's a great rule to have and to think about and to monitor. And then I have Kokorini, and they provide themes, patterns, pages, and resources. They do HTML help as well. Their latest theme is actually in the goodie bag below. They're really adorable, and I really enjoyed looking through the blog, and it was all just happy and cute things. And this next one, it's called the Spectry RP. I'm assuming that that's how you say it. I know, like, it's like that word theaters, TRE and TER, and it's very confusing. English is really hard. It's this stupid language, by the way. But anyway, so the Spectry RP is an original space pirate roleplay. It's pretty awesome. It's based off of Treasure Planet. And so it follows the members of the Spectre ship, and they are trying to find the crash site of this other ship whose name is very difficult to pronounce. It's Lacuus, yeah, Lacuus, something along those lines. I apologize for saying that wrong. So this ship has crashed, and it has a bunch of treasures and such from all over the galaxy. And so the Spectre ship is out to find it and get this treasure. And so this roleplay has a point system where you can earn points for doing things like posting like reaching 50 posts on your blog. And you can spend these points to get loot or level up your character's abilities, which are listed in the bios. It's super creative, it's really innovative, and it just looks so much fun. And like, I am so excited. As of when I'm filming this, they have not opened yet. And they're not accepting applications because they are posting up the bios. But within the next week, check them out, because I believe all the bios will be posted and then we'll start taking applications. And I think everyone should go take a look because it's an awesome addition to the RPC. So for indie RPs this week, I have Hannah 1x1 RPs. Hannah 1x1, I guess, is really how that translates. They have so many different characters and a multitude of fandoms to look through. I don't know what this, so Castiness, I don't know if that C's, the second C is supposed to be a vowel or not, but I did my best. Castiness, and they are a multiverse OC. Humble Kind, they are a multi-muse roleplay blog. And finally, for notable blogs this week, I have Infected Cure, and they are Ellie from The Last of Us. Let's continue on. So I hope everyone had a fantastic weekend. I want to thank everyone who sent messages, who's commented, who has subscribed to us, shared the video. It really does mean a lot. It keeps me going. It keeps me doing it. Some weeks I just don't have the energy to write a script and record and then edit. It's a lot of work, but when when you guys respond to it and you message me, it makes it all worth it, really, all the work. I know it doesn't seem like I'm scripted, but there is like a thing that I read, and I'm pretty sure it's obvious that I'm reading it sometimes. I want to give an open invitation to anyone who has any blogs that they would like me to take a look at and share. I know I get a couple messages every once in a while to say, check out this roleplay or this indie role player. So I do look at them. If you have new resources that you'd really like promoted or just shared or seen, or even if they're not your own, something that you think is really awesome, totally send it along my way. Haha, so my computer really did not. It actually quit recording at one point. So I'm back. Future me is back. Although for you it would be past. But for me, video me is this, whatever. So the Goodie Bag this week has some cool things in it. There's a Halloween texture and PNG pack, tasks weekly. The 13th task is linked below. There is a winter fansite theme. There is Buddhism 101 guide. There's an all-in-one page. There's Nigerian names masterless. There's pixel fonts. There's Samoyed dogs icon gifts. Okay, that one's really important. Definitely look at that one. It's by Helpers of Indie. Seriously. And then there is Kokorini's macaron theme, also linked below in the Goodie Bag. So this is the final time of seeing future me. I think, yeah, hopefully, praying. It is now almost 2 a.m. Have a great beginning of week, end of week, whatever time zone you're in. My name is Stori, and I will see you next week on RP Weekly, when hopefully my camera will be working again.